I'm Charlotta and this is the School of Pattern Cutting. In this week's fashion analysis, I'm going to look at different versions of tunnel sleeves, which is basically means a very deep sleeve, and I'm going to look how different vintage designers have interpreted it. So I'm going to concentrate on Dior and Madame Grès. They are both French designers. Madame Grès started out in the 30s, but was still working till in the 50s, when of course Christian Dior started with this fantastic new look. I'm also going to draft some of these tunnel sleeves, but for now I'm going to concentrate on how they work and do some quick sketches and flat drawings. So at its most, I wouldn't call it basic, but at its most basic, a tunnel sleeve is something like this. This goes tighter, so tunnel sleeve could be completely straight or it could narrow. And it's literally just your bodice being extended, and it's either folded on the shoulder, which gives you a really wide tunnel sleeve, or you put in a shoulder sleeve so you can curve it and create a bit of shaping. So that's just a straightforward tunnel sleeve. And then there's sort of some more interesting versions, like this one, which I like, where they've created a really big tunnel sleeve, but it actually curves upwards, as you can see. So it's got lots of volume hidden. So it looks like that when you have your arm out, but you can see there's actually some folding going on. And so as you can see, they've inserted fabric. So there's like a triangle inserted here, and then it goes upwards. So it looks a bit like so if that's your front. And Madame Grès, she was famous for working on dummies, and she would just drape these most amazing shapes. She did lots of, in the 30s, she did lots of sort of quite classical inspired garments. And I think actually, if you follow the fabric, this is actually a dart. So it would be one piece with a dart. So you got all your check like this. She's put in a dart here at the bust on both sides. So it follows around. And then she has actually put an extra piece which moves up, and that's where your arm goes in. And then very cleverly, this bit, when you have your arm down, it folds in and disappears. But when you move it up, you got all these sort of different checks going on. And that's why it's great if you have old vintage garments with a check. You can really see what they've done and how it works. And this is a really clever bit of darting to create volume on a really big piece of paper. And if you want to find out more about darts, we've got a really good Darts Essential course, which is in our description. It's completely free, and it just gives you everything you ever wanted to know about dart. So that's quite a clever bit of drafting by Madame Grès. And I'm going to look at this green one, because this is where you can see the genius of her, because it's one piece of fabric. It's cut on the bias, so you can see this is your bias line, and then it wraps round your body. So if that was your piece of fabric, so your sleeve looks something like this, and you can see that if it has this sort of 45-degree angle line, you can always sort of guess it's bias, because on bias you don't want to have straight seams, you want everything in bias. And then you can see that it's wrapped around, because it's actually got your stitching line there. So if that's your front, there's actually a picture of the back, so you can see how it actually wraps round into another triangle, and then it's open, and then it's just attached there and put together. So the whole pattern is probably something like this. So it's like a handkerchief. When you have your neck cut out, and at the back you got a seam. Or actually, you might actually just have a keyhole, so it might be more advanced. So that's your back. And then on your front, it's just a triangle. And then it's just attached with a piece of fabric like that. And then it's stitched to where your waist is, either side. So it's some really clever pattern cutting, and that's what she's so famous for, is that sort of just putting a piece of fabric on the body and see what happens rather than forcing the fabric into a shape. And what's interesting, like Madame Grès is very much about letting the fabric work with the body. And I always think Christian Dior to a certain extent is the opposite. He sort of sculpts garments around the body rather than with the body. So I'm going to have a look at Dior version of a tunnel sleeve, which is, I think, from the 60s. And it's very clever because it gives that sort of tunnel look, but he's put in lots of darting and shaping in, so it doesn't look too oversized. So what he's done is, and he's got seams, so he's got a normal neck, and it's probably got a keyhole at the back. And then it's got this sort of very strong tunnel sleeve. So from far away, it would just look like an oversized top. But then he's actually put in lots of darting and shaping. So it goes out like this. That's your skirt. But then you've got two dart lines going from your neckline, and which may then become a sleeve. And then you also, for more shaping, you actually got your normal waist darts going down as well. So it creates really nice lines. So from overall, it just looks like a really flat tunnel sleeved slip dress, but it has actually got lots of shaping going on. So that's some really clever pattern cutting by Dior. And you can see from the side what he's also done, which I like, is he's got like a second slip dress underneath, or like an insert in the same color. And that means you don't have that sort of like a green dress of Madame Grès where you can look straight inside. This is a proper dress you can wear. And then the Madame Grès version of like a really nice, very clever tunnel sleeve is this one. So this is from the 50s as well. And I like it because it's, at first glance you think it's just your most basic. So at first glance it looks like this. It's just got a normal neck, and then just think, oh yeah, it's just like a big tunnel sleeve. And then it goes into your waist. And then you got some sort of gathered waistband. And then like quite a simple pencil skirt, yeah? But I think there's actually some sort of shaping going on. So if you are doing a jersey, you just do it really easy. But if you look how the sleeve falls, I think there's actually some, and then can you see here how it's straight and then it suddenly goes up. So I think there's some sort of shaping, and then because it's black you can't see it properly, but there's some sort of gathering probably going on. So I think it looks something like this, where you got a seam, and then I think she's created some sort of volume here and here, and then you got your really big sleeves. And this is the sort of fun of drafting your own pattern and looking at old ideas, is that you are like a detective, so you're puzzling out how is this volume created, how does it work. So it's a bit of some guesswork, but then you can also learn how to interpret fabric so it works. And I think with this version you have got that sort of slightly more fitted look around the neck rather than just one big tunnel top. So it gives you the big sleeves, but it's a bit more defined on the shoulder, which I think is always makes this more flattering if you have some sort of definition somewhere on the body rather than one big shape. So these are my favorite versions of a tunnel sleeve. I hope you enjoyed this video, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to draft 2 of them. Whatever you do, enjoy your drafting. If you have enjoyed this video and want to take your pattern cutting to the next level, please sign up to our free Darts Essential course. It has fantastic video tutorials and lots of diagrams. If you're interested, please click in the description below and sign up for free.